I've been in quarantine for about 3 weeks. Feels like a lifetime. I don't know what to do. I miss my old life, but together we'll get through. Please don't tell everyone. Before the podcast started, I almost had a poo. I hate the quarantine. The quarantine is making me so bored.
Dan, save me.
What's up, everyone? My name's Stina, also known as Sniffles today. We have some allergies that you guys are going to get to endure with me.
And she definitely does not have corona because she's not left the house in ages.
It's been 84 years. I'm here with my, I was gonna say beautiful sister, but then I realized I don't like lying. So I'm here with my sister.
Missy.
That's her name. Lots of exciting things. Just kidding. There's literally nothing new.
Yeah, and we literally don't have a script. We haven't had a script in like the past 3 podcasts.
No.
But like, it's all good.
Like, if there was a time to have a script and where we'd have time to work on it, it's now, because quarantine, but
we're
no.
so bored that we're overdoing it.
We mentioned this last week, we're repeating it. This is actually just a repeat of last week's podcast.
Yeah.
We're just gonna redo the whole thing.
And literally last week's podcast was on not my birthday.
Not her birthday.
Yep. Which was very exciting.
So I'm pretty excited. I finally got a new controller. My other one, I think I mentioned it last week, like my left analog stick just kept moving me
and
to the left.
There's probably a reason for that because she kept dropping it. This time are you finally gonna go to FadeGrips.store?
Girl, I go every time. You wanna know what I do? I get a controller and then I jump on the computer or mobile device and I go to FadeGrips.store and then I get what I want, and then as I'm in the checkout I put the code AllKings8 and I get 8% off, which is pretty cool.
Yep, and then
she's just like, yep, that's true.
And then you hopefully don't break anything because you have a little gap in time between when you hit buy and when it shows up.
Mm-hmm.
But once it's here, your controller won't break anymore.
Also, fun fact, on my iPad, which is where I do a lot of my work for the stream, I have a Fade Grip sticker on the back of it. I would show you, but I'm too lazy to actually go grab my iPad and turn on the camera, and then you guys can see my ugly face. I woke up like less than an hour ago. I saw it was going to be nice today. I'm like, let's start the podcast early so we can go outside later.
Excuses. You have a new excuse every time you change the podcast.
Yeah.
My head hurts. I'm on the toilet.
Listen.
It's gonna be nice out.
Listen. I don't like your attitude. I tried watching AEW.
And did you like it?
For those that don't know, AEW is like a different wrestling show. Yep.
It's basically run by former wrestlers, right?
Yeah, I think Chris Jericho's in charge of it. La Champion, I think is what
Cody Rhodes involved?
Yeah, I know Cody Rhodes is in it. I don't know if he is.
I thought he was one of the founding members or something.
Maybe. Matt Hardy joined it, so I watched it to see how I like it. I'm personally wasn't really a fan of it. But I also think it's going to be a lot different when there's an actual audience there. Because I was also thinking about it. I'm like, well, I find WWE boring without an audience. So, of course, I'd find AEW. The other thing about AEW is their roster is very small. They have, like, probably, like, maybe, like, 20 male wrestlers and, like, no joke, like, 5 female wrestlers.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to launch a business like that.
But
because WWE has this huge name and this huge following, and now they're following it up with something similar, so a lot of them are already signed places.
But, I'm actually obsessed with one wrestler in it. His name is Darby Allin. He used to be a, like, extreme, like, skateboarder, like, skateboarding off of, like, houses and stuff like that.
Oh my god, really?
So, his thing is, like, he doesn't care. Like, he'll do crazy stuff. which, not to compare, because comparing is wrong, he reminds me of Jeff Hardy a little bit, because he does like...
Sand!
He doesn't have long hair, don't worry. I don't have a crush. I do have a crush. But his storyline is actually kind of... He plays like this dark, like, emo person. Basically, it's kind of based off his real life, but, like, kind of played up, I assume, for television. His uncle, when he was 5, he was in the car with his uncle. And his uncle was driving drunk, and they got in a car accident, and his uncle died. So his character is, he says, ever since that day, he lost faith in humanity, so he feels 50% of him is dead. So he paints half of his body, like, dead, and the other half is just, like, Darby Allin. But I cannot find a video of him breaking character.
Yikes.
He does this thing called a coffin drop, which he basically goes on, like, the highest thing ever, and he, like, drops back, like, I don't know what you call it. It's not a backflip, because he doesn't flip or anything. He just drops people, and he's, like, laying on his back. So, he's actually pretty cool. I really like his character. But I watched for Matt Hardy, and they do, like, actually supernatural stuff. Like, that's part of their storyline.
Ooh,
Like,
trying to get me into it.
it's like, to me, like, WWE, yes, it's cheesy and you can tell it's acting, but AEW is like a whole nother level of cheesy, because it's like bad special effects. Like, not gonna lie, it would be really hard to do that on a live show, like, no shade to them whatsoever. But there's a specific thing where they have Matt Hardy, his character, like, teleporting, but obviously he can't teleport, so they have, like, screenshots. But it's Chris Jericho in the ring who's supposed to, like, be moving, but Matt Hardy's teleporting. But you can tell that it's screenshots, because Jericho will be looking one way, and then he'll randomly be looking the next way in the next shot. It's like, I feel like I could have photoshopped that better.
Mm-hmm.
No shade. And it's interesting. It definitely has, like, a backyard wrestling feel. And I think I'm going to like it when there's an audience in it. I'm gonna give it a chance, but I'm not watching it till the live audience.
Yeah, well, it might be off the air by then, fam.
I know, it's like only on season 2. I was shocked. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is only on season 2. They have the old commentator, Jim Ross.
He was cool.
And then they have Justin Roberts, who used to be a ring announcer for WWE. So they have a lot of, like, old WWE. They have Jack Swagger, if you remember him.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
The guy that always takes his straps off and then, like, hits his chest and he's like, I'm Mr. America or whatever.
I don't think that's his character on AEW, though. I don't know, but I don't think so. But, still on the topic of wrestling. Yep, you're welcome.
Yeah, you literally won't let me talk about anything other than wrestling, and eventually I'm gonna start punching you in the face so I can be on wrestling and we don't have to talk about it anymore.
There's this character, or I mean not character, because I think she plays herself, but her name is Paige, and she's, like, in wrestling from, like, 2014 to, like, 2018, so, like, very short-lived.
Full disclosure, I know who she is. I've seen her. I was not a big fan when I had first seen her. She seems like a very nice individual, like, outside of the show. I just didn't like the way they were treating her character in the show. They made her seem kind of bratty.
I liked her the first time. Like, I'd never watched WWE, but, you know, you'd be, like, scrolling through the channels and you'd see it, and I liked her. And I think I just liked her style because she was emo. I love, like,
Yeah, I like
any
her style.
emo character.
And I think it's great she's, like, British.
Equality.
No, like, honestly. Like, the divas used to be so bland.
They really
like,
were.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed, supermodels, like, who wore pink and blue, like, nobody cares.
Yeah, I say that ever since I started watching again. I'm like, the divas actually have interesting storylines now.
And they're not all the same.
Yeah.
You couldn't, like, literally, I couldn't tell the difference between, like, Michelle McCool, Maurice, and, like, Kelly Kelly. Like, what? Look at the three of them and tell me they are different.
But back to Paige, and then I'm gonna get to Kelly Kelly in a second, actually. So, she got injured. Like, the backstory is she got injured, and then she got, I don't know if it was surgery, but she had, like, some medical thing where she shouldn't have been cleared to wrestle, but she was. So she wrestled in, like, a hometown show, which is, like, do you know what that is? It's not, like, their weekly show. It's, like, they just go to a live audience. It's not, like, streamed.
Right.
So she did that, and I guess she, like, re-injured herself, and I have the video, and it was, like, heartbreaking to watch because, yes, she was short-lived, but she literally accomplished so much in those 4 years. But, like, she can never wrestle again. So I'm gonna show you the video.
That's when you wish they would, like, vacate some spots for former wrestlers where you don't have to wrestle. Because, like, there's
a commentator or something.
Like, make them a commentator. They can still do storylines. Like, they just because they can't physically
like
wrestle,
a trainer or something.
well, they could literally. Okay, how many promos did they do where people don't actually fight?
Right.
Like, literally, they could just be that.
So, this is her at a live event where she gets injured. For those watching this on YouTube, I'll put a link in the description. Those watching on Twitch, just look up Paige WWE injury.
You could have literally just put the link in.
I could have, but I'm not going to. Can you see it?
Yeah.
The sad music. Right there. And keep watching. The music. I forgot about the music. So, like, she's trying to go, but, like, she can't. That part breaks my heart, because when she goes on her back, you can see in her face, she just knows her career's over. As soon as he puts the X up, which means they're actually injured, like, you can tell she just knows it's over. I'm, like, crying right now.
All the divas are so heartbroken for her.
Yeah, I mean, and the person that did it, I like her tag team partner, like, comforting her.
They're all kneeling.
Yeah, they're like, oh, shit, is she okay? I'm about to cry.
Give respect. That's like what used to happen at basketball games. Whenever a player would get injured, both teams would kneel.
So it's not like she was paralyzed, but, like, I think she got, like, nerve damage. So, like, she couldn't stand up. She would try and, like, fall over. That's pretty much it. But I'm gonna rewind for a second. People are saying it's the girl that did it's fault because she pushed too hard.
Like, she did push kind of hard, but, like,
I don't really think it's her fault.
Planned, though. They wanted her pushed like that.
And everyone, I'm gonna read, like, one comment that specifically, like, stuck out to me, which I kind of disagree with, but I don't know. It said, the person that did its name is Sasha. They go, Sasha's been a liability for years. She can't wrestle worth of shit. Fire this bald bitch. They call her a bald bitch because she wears a wig. But, like, I'm curious who else she hurt, if she did hurt people, but...
Well, I mean...
I would more think that was, like,
that way.
Paige's fault. Like, she should have not gotten in the ring if she was still...
Well, I don't think it's Paige's fault either. She was told she was cleared.
I don't think she was. I think she, like, withheld it.
Then I would say Paige probably made a mistake on that. She probably shouldn't have wrestled if she was not being forthcoming with all of what she should.
But, like,
but
that move is done a lot. I mean, it did look harder than usual, but I don't really think, like, if she was healthy, it wouldn't have hurt her.
If she was healthy, she probably wouldn't have moved that much.
Yeah, but you see her head, like, snap back.
Yeah.
Because they, like, kick her in the back in the video. So... that's what happened. So basically she got injured and she can't wrestle again. But the most heartbreaking part is when the ref throws up the X and she goes on her back. Like, you can see it in her face that she knows her career is over. And welcome to the stream, Twitch Spexy, aka Mir. Welcome, we're talking about wrestling. on our Two Girls One Mic podcast. Again.
I honestly think we're probably going to change the name and it's going to be
Wrestling.
WWE
Yeah.
podcast. But we'll see.
But I don't know. I don't really think that's Sasha's part, and I actually think she's like an underrated wrestler.
I don't blame the person who does the injuring if it was scripted that way. If she was told, hey, you're going to kick her in the back, like, by all means, like, you were told to do that.
Right.
And you both agreed because obviously they both are given a script of what to do.
Right.
But, beyond that, like...
I was like about to cry.
It's the doctor's fault if Paige gave him all of the info. That she should not have been cleared. But, at the same time, if she didn't give him all the info, as someone who likes sports, I can see not wanting to fully disclose that because you love what you do and you don't want to...
And she probably didn't know that was going to happen. She's probably like, oh, whatever. Because I'll do that too. I'll be like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, like, maybe it was a headache, maybe it was something more serious, but regardless, she probably was like, oh, well, I can just... It doesn't bother me, like, I can totally wrestle through
I know she got injured before for the, like, sort of same thing, just less serious. And it was like, it got re-injured but worse.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a new injury, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Depending on what the injury was, I almost think WWE should have redone a lot of her wrestling matches where that area is not targeted.
Right. I mean, there's still always that risk, though, that you're gonna...
Well, yeah, obviously there's always a risk with that, but...
I thought my mic was muted for a second. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, I would have killed you. We've been having like a 20-minute conversation.
I'm doing good. Mir, I'm gonna call you Mir for the rest of your life. How are you? So I want, and then there's this other one. I'm not gonna show you a video because there really isn't a video because it's a whole match. But there is a match with like the Undertaker, Randy Orton, and Randy Orton's dad, Bob Orton. And it's like a match where they're all supposed to bleed a lot. But at the end of the match, the Undertaker found out that they were like withholding medical stuff from him, and apparently Bob Orton had hepatitis C.
Oh gosh.
The Undertaker didn't get it, but like they didn't tell him he had it. And this is a match where they knew they were all gonna bleed, and they still didn't tell him. And Bob Orton knew, and then the person that's like in charge of, I don't know, like medical stuff. I don't know exactly how they're related into it, but John Laurinaitis knew too and still didn't tell him. So the Undertaker was like really mad, like, how could you not tell me that? And it's not like he just bled by accident, Bob Orton, like they all knew he was gonna bleed. And they like didn't think to tell him.
The blood used to be real, probably way back then. How old is the match?
I don't know.
Because now they use fake blood, but way back when they used to use like razor blades and things like that to cut their own skin to make it bleed. Because they wanted it to look real.
So I was just like, that's kind of wrong. Like, I get confidentiality, but like, if you're doing that, like...
Well, it's irresponsible for WWE to do the bleeding thing if the person has a condition. They should have just not done it.
Right. And
then confidentiality isn't even a problem. They literally would just say,
no.
So-and-so is not going to bleed.
Right.
Like, there's no need to explain why.
I was like, it's kind of funny because I was watching this. Apparently, I don't remember who it was. I think, this is going to sound bad, no disrespect. Who's the Hart that didn't die? Owen or Bret Hart?
Bret didn't die.
Well, apparently he used to be, like, in charge of the locker room kind of backstage. Like, he was, like, top dog, the one, like, everyone listened to, sort of thing, and, like, looked up to, not, like, in a disrespectful way. And apparently he got, like, screwed over by Mr. McMahon or something. Like, he was supposed to retire and win a title, but retire that title out. But Mr. McMahon changed it on him, and the referee basically like said Bret Hart. I think it's Bret. It's either Bret or Owen, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
Bret is the one that didn't die. He's not dead. Like, he's alive right now.
I don't know which Hart it was. I'm just gonna say Hart. But the ref said Hart tapped out when he obviously didn't. So they made him retire without like a title victory, which was what was initially planned. So he was pretty much like screwed over by the company. And Taker, he went down to Vince McMahon, and everyone was saying Taker's and Bret were like the only one that could talk to Vince without them like getting in trouble.
Bret's not dead.
Don't bed aft 81. Welcome to the stream. He says Bret's not dead. Or Bret's dead.
Bret's not dead. I'm literally looking it up right now. Bret is not dead. Owen is the one who died.
Unless he did Bret die of old age? Maybe is what he's saying.
I'm literally looking at it. Like, literally, it doesn't say he died at all. He's 62 right now.
Which Hart died?
Owen died.
I'm just gonna Google it. Yeah, Owen Hart died.
Bret Hart is the one that kind of helped launch Natalya and all their careers.
But basically, so Taker goes down to Vince McMahon's office, he pounds on the door, he's like, get your ass down here, so like Vince McMahon can like explain why he did what he did. And basically like Bret left the company and he's like, hey Taker, you have to be in charge now of being like the guy everyone turns to and respects in the locker room. So that's what it was. Mm-hmm. Don't bet said, no, it was Owen. I was messing. Dude!
Don't be daft.
Don't be daft. I'm really good at reading names. I really am. Honestly, it's my specialty.
Oh my gosh.
I really am good at reading names. And welcome to the podcast.
But,
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to address on WWE.
Before we switch to a very
lot.
topic.
There's always...
It's fake to an extent.
Like,
some of it can't be, like, they actually do, like... They do stunts. And stunts can go wrong. That's
right.
Parts that are real. And people can get injured.
And, like, the steel chairs are real. Like, they're actually getting hit with the steel chair.
Yeah. It's probably specially designed so it doesn't hurt as bad, but it still has to hurt. Like...
Guys, wrestling is real. Yeah, but someone said, well, Don't Be Daft said it's all planned out.
Well, yeah, it's planned out.
Can I finish?
What?
It's all planned out, but at the end of the day, Vince is in the referee's ear and can change it whenever he wants, and it's the referee's job to communicate it to the performers. So he technically could change it at any time, and there's really nothing that they can do about it. Which is funny, because there's this one match where I know it was planned out before, but I guess Shawn Michaels didn't want to lose, but they made him lose. So there's one part where he gets hit, and he just oversells the crap out of it. And it's the funniest thing ever, because it's so obvious, like, that didn't actually do all that.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
And Mir says, don't you all think Money in the Bank is quite unfair? Totally. I don't really like it. I mean, I get it, but ever since CM Punk cashed in on Jeff Hardy after he won the title, I've never looked at Money in the Bank the same.
I don't like Money in the Bank, like, at all. Zero.
Also, what I kind of think is messed up about WWE, I like it more now that it's, I don't know if it's mostly run by Stephanie, but I like the way she runs it better than Vince. But, like, Vince would do, like, shady stuff, like, for example, Owen died in the ring, and to me, I feel like that should end the pay-per-view, but he kept going. I don't know, it just seems disrespectful to me. Like, someone literally died in your ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was also watching the video, I think it was 2010?
I will say, I respect Vince for what...
A business side.
I respect him for, like, okay, So, Vicky Guerrero's husband was a wrestler, and he died like completely unrelated to the wrestling. And they let Vicky come onto the show as a entertainer.
Character. But she's actually really good at it. Like, she's completely opposite of her character.
Yeah.
Like,
but,
she plays
it
this.
was nice that they were willing to give her that opportunity.
Right. I mean, you could technically say it was kind of wrestling related because I think it was steroids part of
I thought
it.
he had a heart attack.
But I think it was caused by the steroids.
Was it though?
I don't know. Don't be daft, said some female wrestlers though. True. Becky Lynch, the motherfucking man. I could talk about her all day.
Oh God, Sand.
I don't think Sand's here, but I could talk
Sand,
about her
save
all
me.
day. I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, I know I wanted to talk about Kelly Kelly. I don't know if you guys remember her. She was kind of like in my opinion, like a pretty face wrestler. Where she's kind of her main reason was to be pretty.
That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, I listed her off with, like, a couple other blondes that, like, can you really tell the difference between the three?
And people are gonna hate me for this, but let me finish. I thought Alexa Bliss was like Kelly Kelly. I thought she was another pretty face wrestler. I just started watching again, so, like, about a month ago. So I'm kind of getting back into it. But I watched her wrestling match on Friday, and she's actually really good. Like, she can wrestle.
Yeah.
I was wrong. But I didn't really think...
You used to make fun of me for the people I liked. Like, I liked Beth Phoenix, and you used to make fun of me for that.
I did like the pretty girls as a kid.
But you used to make fun of me. I was like, Beth Phoenix is awesome. Beth Phoenix is, like, an actual wrestler. She can pick people up.
I liked Kelly Kelly as a kid, but, like, watching now, she can't really wrestler. Wrestler? She can't really wrestle, in my
She
opinion.
do some flips on occasion, though.
She, like, flips.
But, like, it was never, like, actually for wrestling.
Yeah. Don't be...
Rey Mysterio!
Dude, I did like him as a kid. I still kind of like him now. I don't see much of him, but...
Yeah. Though I'm very demystified by the fact that, like, his identity wasn't actually a secret.
Yeah. Mir says, did y'all play Raw vs. SmackDown on console? I played, when that game came out, I played it on the DS.
Was that, like, actually a game on the DS?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I played, like,
I
this
didn't
really,
like it.
really old WWE game on, like, the N64. Like, way back when.
Like, Attitude Era.
I mean, it had, like, Mr. Test on it and stuff. But it was really funny, because, like, I loved that game. And now I'm gonna have to go find my N64 somewhere and play it, but...
Who, for those watching, who do you think some of the top female wrestlers are? And it can be of all time.
Oh, God.
And it can be characters, like wrestlers.
Can it be, like, certain eras, like, Stephanie way back when was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she actually would kind of do some wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would put her up there. Beth Phoenix, always. Because, like, Beth Phoenix had muscle and would, like, pick people up. Didn't she pick up the Big Show once? I swear she picked up the
I think
Big
she
Show.
did.
Like, for Beth Phoenix, who, at the time she was there, it was all about being pretty, picked up the freaking Big Show. Like, come on.
My favorites are Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. I don't know how to say her name. I'm gonna get so much shit for this. Asuka? The one that has, like, makeup running down her, like, lips and eyes. And has her hair, like, half blue, half pink. I like her. I like Alexa Bliss. I think she's a better heel.
Alexa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some characters are really built to be a heel.
I don't really like Bailey as a heel, but I feel like if I got into her when she was not, I would have liked her. You can't change my mind. Bailey should have been in New Day before her heel. Mir says Nikki Bella. I never really was a fan of the Bella
The Bella twins, I would have liked them if they didn't do so much of the stupid, like, storyline of, oh, the twins are gonna switch places in the match.
I didn't like that, but I get why they did that.
Not really annoying.
Trying to think if there's any other, like, female. I mean, I liked Michelle McCool as a kid, but I couldn't tell you why I liked her now.
She was kind of a bully. Like, her character
She really
was.
was.
A bully.
Lay cool.
Piggy James.
Yeah.
Coined that term, like, jeez.
I think I liked Maria, the wrestler.
Didn't you only like her because she was, like, tied to the Hardy Boys?
Probably. I have been obsessed with the Hardy Boys as long as I've been watching wrestling. I'm not gonna lie. So again, Matt or Jeff Hardy, if you need me in your storylines, StinaBear00@gmail.com. I'm still waiting for my email. I will do anything in your storyline. I'll even play a trash can. Mir, who remembers Karma? She was the hypest. I was so excited.
Vanish?
Yeah, I was so...
She vanished into nothing. What happened?
She was the one that ate Barbie dolls.
Yes, but what happened?
I don't know, but her character was so hype, and then it was built up, and then it was like, okay.
Nothing happened. Like, they built her up with the eating the Barbie's thing, and then she just vanished.
Well, she left because apparently she's gonna have a kid. And then she's like, I'll be back. Girl, you never came back. Where are you at?
Probably changing diapers.
Oh, God. In the kitchen making a sandwich.
Playing with Barbies with her kid instead of eating them.
The only reason I remember her is because she entered the men's Royal Rumble year.
Queen.
Oh, I feel like she could have kicked ass, dude.
Totally.
What are some overrated superstars you think?
Overrated? John Cena. You cannot change my mind.
He just seems like a jerk in real
built
life.
him up.
I think CM Punk's overrated.
I didn't really.
CM Punk compares himself to John Cena. Seth Rollins, I only like him because Becky Lynch.
Seth Rollins. Huh.
Ronda Rousey,
Yes.
terrible in WWE, I'm sorry.
Brock Lesnar.
I
yes.
can't stand Brock Lesnar.
I'm mad that he ended the streak.
It should have been Shawn Michaels. Who do you guys think should have ended the streak? I think Shawn Michaels, or after that it should have been Triple H the next year.
It should have been Shawn Michaels or no one.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. The streak should have been left intact if you weren't going to let Shawn Michaels break
Well,
it.
I found out the
After 2
Undertaker.
years of trying.
I found out the Undertaker has 4 kids. 3
With
girls.
Michelle McCool.
No, only 1 with Michelle McCool.
Well, he is with Michelle McCool, is my point.
It's either 1 or 2 with Michelle McCool. I think it's only 1. But, and his kid, I kind of forgot the Undertaker was a ginger. And then I saw his kid.
Ginger?
Yeah. The rest is like just a wig.
Wait, he's
or
a
dyed.
ginger?
He's a ginger.
What?
I don't know, genetics. But his kid is a ginger, and I remembered when I looked at him, I'm like, oh my god. I was like, is his son, because his son's the oldest, I'm like, is his son gonna go into wrestling? That'd be cool. And then I looked it up, and his son is like the biggest nerd ever. He's like into video games and stuff, which, no disrespect, his son is literally me. And his son is like 27, and like wants to design video games and stuff like that, which is cool. So I really hope that like one of his kids wants to go into wrestling. The rest are girls, which I wouldn't be opposed to either.
That's literally a storyline I've thought up in my head. Is
And
if
if they
had a daughter, like what she would do in wrestling.
if they don't go into wrestling, I feel like they should write in an Undertaker son or daughter.
That would be really cool.
Because they wrote in Kane, like that's not his real brother.
Exactly.
They could write in like a Kane daughter or an Undertaker daughter.
That's literally what I was telling you.
And I feel like
It'd
they
be cool
should.
if they wrote in Kane having a daughter, and Undertaker having a daughter, and them being
The
like a
Daughters
tag team
of
group.
Destruction.
Exactly.
But and then I feel like they should pick up the streak. I don't know that word. What's that word mean, sister?
I don't know.
That'll be nepotism. I know big words. We're great podcasters.
No, I know big words. I just don't know that one.
Look it up.
I'm looking. Nepotism.
Also, when Jeff Hardy's girls go into wrestling,
The
yes.
practice among those with power of influence of favoring relatives or friends by giving them jobs. Well, I mean, yeah, that's how life works, unfortunately.
But I
Connections
wouldn't.
get you everywhere.
If they can't wrestle,
If they can't wrestle, obviously
no.
put them in the
But I
show.
feel like if you're a kid of a wrestler, you're more likely to be a good wrestler, like Charlotte Flair, for example. But that's
She
also
had to push though. Like,
yeah, they didn't let her.
trained.
Yeah, they didn't. No, but my point is she's more likely to be a good wrestler because her dad was a good wrestler. Like
Yeah,
she's gonna inherit
The
that.
genetics of it
I'm not saying
means she's more likely to have that kind of
right.
build.
Yes, it got her in the door. Maybe I don't know for sure.
Like, honestly, I will say, like, there are times where I'm like, I wish that there weren't so many people that were former wrestlers helping connections with relatives and stuff. But at the same time, like, I get it. Like, that's how the whole world is built. It's really hard to just go out into the world having zero connections and get anywhere. I don't miss Santino, I miss Santina.
I miss Santino.
I miss Santina. Please.
But that's also why I'm saying, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be his actual kids. Like, they could write it in the script.
That's
Have
what I'm
someone
saying.
play it. I'll freaking do it. I might be in a wheelchair, but you know what? I can do my own streak.
I could design out, like, honestly, I used to spend probably more time than I should have as a kid, like, coming up with these storylines, like, making outfits for these characters. Like,
Sandrin says, gotta go for dinner. No problem, Sandrin. Thanks for stopping in, hearing me rant about Becky Lynch, the
in
motherfucking
WWE again. So much for my Hannah Montana spiel.
man. You're having fun.
Maybe.
Okay.
I refuse to admit anything.
But I also find it cool that, like, the women wrestlers do, like, stunts too, like ladder matches, table matches, which I don't think they ever really did that before, at least not when I watched.
Yeah.
I also like the mixed matches a lot. I really do. Jeff Hardy and Charlotte Flair, watching them be a mixed match, and then the interview behind the scenes where they're like, what's it like? And she's like, well, I used to hang out with him and his wife as a kid behind stage, so it's really cool.
I'm curious, and people in chat might not know the answer to this, but why does Ronda Rousey look like Rowdy Roddy Piper?
Yeah. Well, I think that was part of her storyline too.
Well,
I don't know,
what is
because
her
she's
story?
called like Rowdy Ronda,
That's what
but
I'm saying. I don't get it. Like,
yeah, someone explain
are
that.
they like related, or did he like supposedly train her, or what?
Mir says, what do you think about Roman? I think he's cool enough. I don't
He's
know.
okay.
I don't think he has the same spark.
He doesn't
of,
have any like personality that I can see.
yeah, he seems kind of.
He falls very flat.
He's like, I'm big dog. That's it.
Like, all he is like, I'm gonna look like I'm pissed off all the time while I walk around and smolder.
Like, I like him. I like him a lot, but I don't know if he's like face of the company.
No. I feel like we don't really have a good face of the company.
Becky
They-
Lynch is carrying the WWE on her back right now for like over a year.
Well, I meant like male-wise. Like, it used to be John Cena. They hung to John Cena. So long is the face that like
Yeah.
they let all other talent just crumble off.
That's one thing I'll say about Vince is more so before, like now, he would really only hire like big body wrestlers. It was very like,
It's because he wanted them to look like bodybuilders.
yeah.
That's what they're supposed to be, even if it's all staged.
I don't really, people are gonna hate me for this. I don't really like Goldberg, and I don't like the Roman Reigns and Goldberg feud. I know it's not happening at WrestleMania, but I did not like it when it was a possibility. It seemed too rushed to me.
I miss Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle is really cool. Like, my favorite male wrestlers slash characters are Jeff Hardy, number one. No one will ever top them. And just WWE, not like the other shows. I like Shawn Michaels is my second.
Yeah, I liked the D-Generation X crew.
Yeah. Triple
Randy
H, Randy Orton, Hornswoggle.
Randy Orton wasn't really.
I just like his character.
Yeah. I wish they would have given Ted DiBiase a little more of a boost, because like he was on there, but he was only on there as like Randy's backup. And like, I get it, like he didn't
Edge.
really. I don't know.
Sorry.
Like, I get he's related to another wrestler, but like I feel like he didn't get a shot because of that. Because everyone was looking at him like, oh, you're DiBiase, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like Cody Rhodes broke out of that. He broke out of the fact that he was like son of a wrestler. But
I remember when his character had a lisp. He doesn't have a lisp in AEW.
wait, really?
No.
Did they made that part up? I hated the lisp.
I'm dashing Cody Rhodes.
Oh, I don't like the stupid dashing thing. That was stupid.
It wasn't interesting
It was
enough.
funny when he was wearing a mask over his face because he didn't want to like get messed up or whatever. But,
I did not like Alberto Del Rio.
no, he's annoying. Alberto, oh my god.
I can't do it.
I could try, but it would be terrible.
I'm trying to think if there are other wrestlers I didn't really like. And it's no shade to them, it just wasn't my preference.
Like, you didn't like that storyline. Like, because obviously a lot of these wrestlers are playing out a storyline that they were given. So they might not actually be like their character.
I really don't like Otis. I don't. I feel like people are gonna hate me for that, but I don't like Otis.
Wade Barrett.
I don't think I really liked him.
Did not like Wade Barrett at all.
You can't change my mind. I think Paul Bearer should have been a wrestler.
Oh my god.
He was so I think he's the best, like, I don't know what you'd call that, like a manager of a wrestler.
Well, I mean, that would have been great. I would have
Like just a mock match, not even like
Not even a real one.
I don't know who he would have went up against, but
Literally anyone.
Paul Heyman.
Oh my god. I do not like Kevin Owens. I will agree to that.
I don't really know enough about him.
He's just so annoying, the character.
I don't like Elias that much.
I don't even know who that is.
AJ Styles is okay enough.
What about AJ Lee?
I don't really know much about them.
AJ Lee?
No,
The girl
I don't.
that was crazy?
I don't.
She used to skip around the ring and
Oh, I think I kind of know, but I don't know enough.
honestly, I know she's not actually like that in real life, but why did you make the girl crazy?
Apparently Melina was a total diva backstage.
Oh god, Hornswoggle did that something about hoe or something.
Oh, did he call Melina a hoe?
I think he did.
Because no one really liked her, and apparently they do wrestlers court backstage, which I'm assuming it's what it sounds like. Apparently the Undertaker made her cry.
What?
Yeah.
I've heard about this whole wrestlers court thing, and it's basically just they're self-monitoring. If you're gonna be a jerk, are you going too far? If you do go too far, then the wrestlers decide what to do about it.
Yeah.
Kinda
Which
thing.
mostly is Undertaker since he's in charge. Mir says AJ had an affair with every other superstar. Girl got around.
Well, I mean, if you're hot and all the wrestlers are hot and you can do it, why not?
What do you think about, what was her name? Lita? That was dating Matt Hardy and then cheated on Matt with Edge. In real life and in
Wasn't
storyline.
Lita the one that was Kane's wife or something?
Maybe. I
I swear she played Kane's wife for a bit.
I know I liked Lita when she was with the Hardy Boys, but I never really saw, this is gonna sound weird, I never saw Matt and her as a couple. I kind of just saw her as a sister of the Hardys, just one of the boys.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really she doesn't really stand out for me other than I think she was Kane's wife, but she doesn't.
They made her
stand
too
out as a character.
sexual after, in my opinion.
She just wasn't memorable for me.
I liked her in the Hardy Boys.
Dolphin Vicky, yes.
Oh my
I
god.
ship it so hard, and if you
No.
cannot tell, I'm being sarcastic. Oh god, he was half her age. Come on, why?
Wasn't it a cougar storyline?
Yes, it was. Why did they make her a cougar? I will never know. Her and Edge, though, I liked it up until the wedding. Then it was really awkward and weird.
The Miz and Morrison are the best at no audience promos. They are unbelievable. Honestly.
I feel what they needed to do the minute the audience thing got shut down is bring in a bunch of random people that wanted to be superstars but were never given the opportunity.
I was kind of wondering
because people who haven't been a superstar aren't used to the audience, so they can picture it in their head easier.
also I was wondering why don't they just have the wrestlers be audience members, but then Stephanie came out with a statement that like made sense. She's like, well, really, we don't have anyone there that's not doing
The wrestling, yeah.
promos. Like, we're really trying to respect social distancing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, who did you not like as a heel character?
As a heel.
I don't really like Bailey as a heel. I already said that.
I don't know. I never, like, have been a huge fan of heel.
I don't mind. Some of them are good, like The Miz and Morrison are good heels. I didn't like Matt Hardy as a heel.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really being a heel, but I liked when they made Randy, like, actually be a nice guy. Because literally he was, like, the bad guy for, like, ever.
He's actually really nice in real life.
Like, he was a bad guy, he was rude, he was horrible. But then when all of the crap went down with, like, best for business crap, he turned around and was like, heck no.
I
don't like Kane as a heel.
What?
I don't like it, no.
Kane?
Yep.
You want Kane to be a good guy?
I just don't like him as a heel. Like, I didn't like when they turned him into a suit monkey.
What the fuck? Oh, there's one that I had in my head that I don't remember. I don't know if you'd consider this a heel, but like the Shawn Michaels and Triple H feud.
No, that was horrible. They were like best friends.
My heart.
Oh.
What?
I didn't like when they made Triple H not like DX type.
Yeah. Mir says they should bring the Boogeyman back. I don't even know who that is.
I would have to look him
I
up.
don't think I watched at that point.
The only old stuff I've seen from like Attitude Era is like on YouTube.
I don't
What I found like
I don't like John Cena as a heel.
I feel like it would make it more interesting.
I
want him to be a
don't
heel.
no, I don't like him as a heel.
I don't think I've ever seen him actually do.
I think he was kind of a heel when he was feuding with The Rock.
I don't remember competing with The Rock, but The Rock would be kind of good as the heel.
I don't know if I like Big Show as a heel or I do like him. Like,
That one's a tough
I don't
one.
know.
I feel like it depends on my mood, honestly. Like half the time I'm like, yeah, turn heel, and then the other half I'm like, I can't believe it.
I don't know if anyone can explain this to me. Why does Ric Flair always cry? Like, is he just like that emotional of a person, or is it
Flair's
like,
a good heel?
or is that like in his storyline? Charlotte Flair is an amazing heel. Amazing, one of the best.
Probably. It's really hard to be a heel because you have to be a character that
And you have to be
people love
okay.
to hate.
Yeah, you have to be okay with people hating you. That's why Ronda Rousey never made it in WWE, because she was a heel and she cannot stand when people do not like her.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Like, there was a time where people were booing her and like, yeah, you kind of stop for dramatic effect, but then you keep going, but she like wouldn't keep going. She did not know how to talk over the crowd.
Yeah.
It's like, you have a microphone.
I didn't like her like at all, Ronda Rousey.
I just love Becky Lynch roasting her like
I
on
just
and
don't
off
like her
screen.
because, like, I remember her from like UFC,
She seems like a
and she
poor
literally
sport.
lost one match, and she was like, "It destroyed my whole life." I'm like, hello, you aren't invincible. Like, you're gonna lose.
I like her as an actor on 911. She was good on that.
She was on that.
But guess what? She played like a fighter chick. She played a firefighter, but like did like street fighting.
That's stupid.
But I did like her character on that.
She tries to. Oh my god, have you seen her in the like Twizzler commercial?
Oh, I can't stand that.
God, it makes me so
I remember-
mad. I'm like, this is so not you. You can't play this cute, lovable, adorable, goofy chick after crying because you lost a fighter match. Like, what?
She just seems like a bad sport. It's like, it's kind of part of the...
Being a wrestler is losing. Like, I'm sorry if you never did.
I just
but,
didn't like that, like, also, like, everything was handed to her.
Right.
Like, she didn't work her way up. Like, Charlotte Flair She could have had everything handed to
The
her.
minute she lost, she quit UFC and jumped on WWE. Probably because
And then didn't she
there she
leave
knows-
after she lost in WWE too? Like she's not on the roster anymore. I don't know what happened, but
I don't know. Yeah, I think she was too much of a pretty face for that kind of thing.
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, like, if you see her outside of, like, the wrestling thing, she's, like, actually really attractive, so I think she thought that she should also just get handed things.
I don't think it's because she's attractive. I just think she thought, I'm already established. That's also why I have a problem with Brock Lesnar. Like, he shows up for, like, one match a year and gets, like, a headline, and he started on UFC too, and it's just like...
I hate when stars do that, where they jump between fake and real wrestling.
And they, like, just come on for, like, a year and think they deserve the spotlight. I guess I think it's a little bit different with The Undertaker when he had the streak.
That's different because he's an older wrestler and he did his time. Like,
Yeah.
he was there for a long time. He
I mean,
did lots of
Brock
complicated storylines.
Like, Brock Lesnar's been there a long time, but he doesn't really talk. And I don't think he's ever been, like, a full-timer.
No, not at all, I don't think.
But I don't know. It was different to me with The Undertaker because I'm like, well, he has a streak, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that completely makes sense. Because he had the streak, he did his time. Like, he's doing a favor for WWE. I'm sure they asked him to come.
Right.
And he was like, sure, I'll do it.
I think he's gonna finish WWE and retire, like, not as the dead man anymore. Because in the storyline, they're bringing in, like, his actual life. Like, you're married to Michelle McCool, it's all an act, The Undertaker isn't real. So I feel like he wants to retire as not the dead man.
But no,
So I want, but
it's
hear
gonna
me,
ruin it for me.
hear me out. I think it would be cool if The Undertaker found his soul before he died. Or, like, retired. In the storyline.
I wouldn't have minded if they brought in Michelle McCool into the storyline. Like, if I
They
could
do, but she's
I
not
don't-
there.
But I don't like them destroying this image of Undertaker. I really like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's all approved by The Undertaker.
I know it's
But, like-
approved by him, but like it's not approved by me.
It's
and
not
I'm
approved.
down to.
They didn't ask me.
I love the Undertaker. I'm sorry, but you will never change my mind. I love the Undertaker.
Kane or The Undertaker, who do you like more?
Undertaker,
Yeah.
like all the way. Maybe if I'd seen more like older Kane stuff, maybe I would.
I
like
didn't
him.
really like biker Undertaker when he was like his biker persona.
Oh yeah.
Like if he started as that, maybe. But like I don't know, it weirded me out when he went the dead man to biker.
guy. Yeah.
went back to the dead man.
But I mean, the Undertaker persona just is so big, and he did so much with it, and it gave him such a wide range of things he could do.
Yeah.
That to see that all dismantled to show the man underneath,
I don't know, I kinda like it though in some way.
I feel like it's very heartbreaking for me. Like they could still do the he gets his soul thing. But
Yeah. It doesn't have to be Mark
Calloway.
Calloway. It could just be the Undertaker found his soul.
Like he found peace and then fades away
Yeah.
from WWE forever. Like that
Mhm.
would have been cool.
Yeah.
Or like have him do one thing it's like a redeeming thing. So like something bad is happening, he feels like he has to do something about it. And that's where he discovers that he's actually like human in some way. So he'll help them and then fade out of WWE after that.
I wonder if he wants to like stay in WWE, not as a wrestler. Maybe that's why he's doing it.
I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. I mean,
I feel like they could have done that without changing his character. He could have just been like, I'm Mark Calloway and I played the Undertaker.
well, everybody knows who the Undertaker actually is.
Right. Like they don't have to.
A fan knows the person's actual name.
Mhm.
So he literally could have just became an announcer.
Yeah.
He still could have been the dead man and an announcer, though.
I don't know. No.
What do you think?
I think that would take away from the match, though, in some ways.
Well, I mean, like, you could wear, like, his biker persona and sit there talking.
He could wear his shitty version of himself.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't take that much away.
I guess not. It's almost been an hour. I think. I can't see what time it is.
Almost, fam.
55. Should we end a bit early or no?
I don't know, it's up to you. You're the one who was all, we're gonna talk about wrestling and only wrestling.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about Hannah Montana for 5 minutes?
I don't want to have for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think that's why I'm saying we're at like a good stopping point.
I mean, I guess we could end sooner rather than later. But, I mean, wrestling.
Please email me, Matt or Jeff Hardy. Even though I like crapped on AEW. Also, if you're single, Darby Allin.
Oh, man.
It's a bit of an age gap and a stretch, but we can make it work.
She's legal.
I'm legal. I am almost 20 years old. Almost.
She may look like a child, but she.
I do. I literally look like a small 8-year-old
She'll
child.
produce a birth certificate if you would like.
I will.
verification.
I will. Darby, please. Please. I'm desperate here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the podcast. I know a lot of you that watch my stream don't really watch wrestling, so those that watched and they don't watch wrestling, I appreciate the support. And I always say stream, but I mean podcasts.
She's just so used to stream.
Yeah. And thank you for joining in on the conversation. Mir and be daft. That was his name. Be daft.
Don't be daft.
Don't be daft. I'm great with names, as you can tell. I appreciate that. And we'll be back this coming Sunday.
Assuming Stina doesn't come up with another laundry list of excuses.
So stay safe. Wash your hands.
Follow the Twitter.
Wash everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Don't give people the coronavirus, even if you're in the safe group. You don't spread it to others.
Please don't.
Just follow the damn guidelines, please. Let's get this thing knocked out.
Yeah. Because we don't need to be locked down forever. And if you follow the guidelines, lockdown may not be so bad.
So we'll see you next week when we're still in quarantine.
Most likely, yes.
Thank you guys for watching. I started watching South Park, so I'm gonna go do that now.
Sam just got back.
I'm sorry, Sandrin. But yeah, be nice to each other. Don't kill your family in quarantine, and just wash your damn hands, please. And don't buy all the toilet paper. Okay? Bye.
Bye.